Imagine being judged not for who you are, but for the color of your skin. Imagine giving everything, your time, your talent, your integrity, only to have it dismissed, ridiculed, and destroyed by people who see you as less than human. This is the story of one man who faced the full weight of prejudice and rose in a way that no one could have predicted. Stay with me until the end, because what happens next will challenge everything you thought you knew about justice, courage, and resilience. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and give this video a like. Your support helps share these stories of truth and resilience with the world. Don't forget to subscribe. Your support is what will help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers. The morning sunlight barely cut through the tall glass windows of the corporate office where David Turner walked in that day. The air smelled faintly of disinfectant and arrogance, the kind that clung to the expensive suits of people who believed their wealth and status gave them the right to look down on others. David, tall, calm, and meticulous, had spent years building his career in corporate law, dedicating countless hours to cases he believed would make a difference. But this day would test him in ways he could never have imagined. As he approached the conference room, he overheard snippets of conversation, hushed laughter mixed with a tinge of disdain. "He probably can't even handle the numbers," one whispered. "Let's see how long it takes him to screw up." David's stomach sank, but he straightened his posture, refusing to let their ignorance show on his face. Inside, the meeting began. White colleagues dominated the room, their voices dripping with condescension, interrupting and dismissing him at every turn. When he presented a case study with detailed analysis, they barely acknowledged it. One senior partner, Mr. Harrington, smirked and said, "Interesting theory, David, but maybe stick to something simpler. We don't want to confuse anyone." The humiliation was public, calculated, and relentless. David felt the familiar sting of being underestimated, an invisible weight carried by every black professional navigating spaces that seemed designed to diminish them. But beneath the surface, a quiet determination simmered. He knew the truth of his abilities, and he knew they could not take that away. The tension reached a crescendo when Harrington announced a high-profile client pitch. He chose another colleague to lead, bypassing David entirely. The room seemed to confirm the narrative they had already imposed. David was seen as expendable, a footnote in the story they were writing. But David had anticipated this. He had prepared for every scenario, every question, every doubt they might try to throw his way. When the day of the client pitch arrived, the chosen colleague faltered under pressure. Hesitation, confusion, mismanagement, all became painfully obvious. The client, growing frustrated, asked questions no one could answer. The room was tense, silent, expectant, and then David stepped forward. Calm, precise, and commanding, he began answering questions, revealing insights and strategies that stunned everyone. He presented alternative solutions, innovative strategies, and data-driven analysis that left the client impressed and the room in stunned silence. Every sneer, every doubt, every subtle act of prejudice was met with undeniable competence. The turning point came when the client asked about his background, curious how someone so young and composed had such a thorough understanding. With quiet pride, David revealed not only his credentials, but also the challenges he had overcome: systemic bias, repeated dismissal, and the constant fight to be recognized as an equal. His words resonated, and the client, seeing the truth, publicly endorsed David's strategy. Harrington's arrogance faltered. The sneers faded. The room that had been a theater of condescension now shifted to one of reluctant respect. Justice had not come as a shouted declaration, but as a quiet, undeniable truth. David's talent, resilience, and integrity had spoken louder than prejudice ever could. In the weeks that followed, David's career trajectory transformed. He became a symbol within the firm, proof that resilience and skill could break through bias, that hidden strength could overturn assumptions, and that dignity could not be taken, only recognized. His story rippled beyond the office, inspiring colleagues, clients, and young black professionals watching from afar, showing that perseverance and self-belief are powerful forms of resistance. The moral of David's journey is simple yet profound. Do not judge someone by the color of their skin, the quietness of their voice, or the status they appear to hold. True strength, intelligence, and justice often arrive quietly, and when they do, they are undeniable. As the sun set behind the towering office buildings, David stepped out, not with vengeance or bitterness, but with pride and clarity. He had faced injustice head-on, and emerged not just victorious, but a beacon of resilience, dignity, and unwavering faith in the truth. If David's story inspired you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, Leave a comment sharing your thoughts and give this video a like. Stories like this remind us that justice, courage, and resilience can overcome even the most powerful forces of prejudice. Share this story, and let's continue spreading awareness, equality, and hope.